Alpha version 0.2134. Funny. You guys are so funny. Welcome, prisoner. Before your adventure starts, you have to survive a short test drive with me. I'm the voice from nowhere, and I will instruct you in the basic mechanics of your upcoming adventure. When you understand me, please choose your answer and swipe left. Not bad. I would have thought that you were capable of that when you opened Loop. I already thought that this would not work. Thanks for proving me wrong. Maybe all is not lost for you yet. Nevertheless, please don't get too cocky about your little success and save it for your adventure. Every wrong decision will show you mercifully how bad your instinct can be. But now, let's continue. If I stop you now, then you can't answer. It's because I or someone else has something to say. In this case, please swipe to the left without choosing an answer. I see you have understood the principle. Sorry, just wanted to make sure. Every now and then, you're going to have to make quick decisions, so I ask you again, are you ready for this? Yep. Your chosen answer does not matter now. Speed was the only thing I asked for. However, when you start your story, your decision will have far-reaching consequences. If you don't manage to answer in time, it will be decided for you by chance, which can end badly for you. I see you have finally internalized the principle, and now that the game is called what it is called, I'll introduce you to something called the Time Regulator. In this universe, for this purpose, I will use the power of the tutorial and make sure that the Time Regulator is ready in your position for a short moment. It just wraps around your wrist and freezes after its fluid shape has taken the form of a button. The result is protruding pressure mechanism that looks like a Mobius loop. To demonstrate you the fantastic effect of this object, I will shoot you now, quite kindly in the leg, and before you can react, you see the voice materialize out of nowhere and aim at your leg with a gun you don't know. Pain reaches you shortly after the gun lights up. You collapse on the floor and clutch your bloody, throbbing leg, while the voice from nowhere grins at you in a friendly manner, only to disintegrate afterwards. You remain alone in the nothingness, with nothing but the time regulator on your wrist. I'll push the button on the time regulator. Oh, that's cool. Slightly dazed, you notice that the voice from nowhere is reciting a familiar phrase to you. Your leg is also wholly unharmed. And then at that very moment, the voice resumes at the point where you have to intervene in order to not get another painful shot in the leg. To show the fantastic effect of this object, I will now shoot you very kindly in the leg. Really? When a gun is fired, you jump to the side and the voice asks, and before you know it, another painful shot lands in your leg. The voice from nowhere, which seems to be some sort of hologram, immediately speaks up when you snatch the gun from its hand. I'm impressed. I apologize for the shot. Though, through pain, however, one still learns best. Nonetheless, you pass the test. You're ready as you can be. Loop is waiting for you. The future, uncertain and frightening, it awaits us all, but there's no escape, especially not for you. As a prisoner on the end of the star's end, you wake up in a cell without any memories. Face what it is coming and escape. To find out what history the future holds for you, or perish miserably in the frenzy of your foolish decisions. Do you understand? Sure. Your answer triggers a pulling effect that gives you the feeling of waking up of a dream, as if you were back in your own body. Then your eyes open automatically and you get the first rough impression of your surroundings. In the middle of a small cell, you are laying on a large metal block which acts as your bed. Around you, several people standing and looking at you, a bit puzzled as, like you, they are dressed in shabby grayish convict clothes. Completely perplexed, you rub your eyes and look up at the bright flickering light above you that illuminates your cell. Suddenly, vibrations startle you, causing you to sit up and embrace yourself with one hand. So as not to lose your balance, a hissing sound is heard, and all the faces of their gaze turn to the source of the noise. It feels like you're not quite in control of what's happening. As much as you want to assert yourself, your own will, and get your body under control, you only have one option at this moment. This is the captain of the Star's End. As you can all hear, are stationed under heavy attack. Corresponding, you're given the opportunity to prolong your miserable lives a little longer. Any prisoner who helps bring the station back under our control will be entitled to a reduced sentence. Large portions of my crew are being held in their quarters or their assigned decks. Thus, the rest of us are dependent on you. I will open the doors to all prisoners in a few seconds. Assemble in front of your cells and await further instructions. Captain, cell blocks are open. Move out and await further instructions. As you step out, you see a battered, lifeless body of your fellow inmate who tried to leave the cell first. His limbs are broken, and you feel that there's still some life in his eyes. As you look closer, you see that his eyes are crying for help, but all that comes out of the poor devil's throat is a deep grasp as he breathes in and out one last time. Correspondingly, his battered body stops shaking, and his eyes stare blankly into the void. He is dead, and you must go on. Full of expectation without knowing what will happen next, all prisoners gather in the middle of the deck. The captain says, "From vibrations, you can tell that the enemy's fire is concentrated on the other side of the ship. Your guards are pushing back the intruders who have broken through on various decks. Our vast outnumbering gives you a chance to prove your loyalty for once. I will deactivate the force field around the weapons locker so you can equip yourselves. Please note that there are not enough weapons for everyone. Because of your last decision, you are now right next to the mentioned weapons cabinet. Pick up plasma pistol. Good luck to all of you, especially those who didn't get a weapon. Almost everything except life has been shut down by the intruders. My crew is being held in their quarters. Now it's up to you to bring the ship back under our control. The enemy seems to be meeting in the engine room. I will show you the way. You will need to regulate them to the afterlife. The door of the prisoner deck opens." Stay alone in the room and look around. Some other prisoners search the entire room until they discover a ventilation shaft. A big muscle man pulls down the grate and goes with it and waves you over. "We're definitely not staying here and fighting for that idiot. It's risky, but are you running away with us?" "You want to go through that?" "Sure, do you have a better idea? You can go first if you want." "Sure." In the ventilation shaft, you slowly squeeze your way from one deck to another, hoping to reach the hangar of the Star's End soon. Suddenly, you hear gunshots nearby. They sound dull and inconspicuous inside the ventilation shaft. Unfortunately, appearances are deceiving. A few seconds after the first shot is fired, screams start to make their way towards you. One look through the grate below you is enough to see that your fellow inmates are being massacred. They're screaming as loud as they can while one after another falls to the ground.